Yeah, hello and welcome to our Banter Blitz show for today. It's at January 9th. Time flies. Yeah, I hope you are all fine. And I actually forgot to mention that you can still get the 15% discount on my voucher code. So if you want to get premium, do it. Use my code ChessExplained. Okay, so let's go to the actual playing window and let's roll Moby Chess. I've played him a bit, but not recently, so let's get this going. Yeah, I lost 12 points back from my all-time high there in the final game of the German session with the draw. Yeah, okay, let's go for black side here of a Spanish d3 again played. And it's not pre-move bishop e7. That could be extremely embarrassing. Okay, one good thing about playing the closed side of these positions, or the black side of these positions, is that they are all kind of similar, and you've gained some experience. You at least know that you know nothing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay, maybe g6. The fianchetto is often a good idea. Bishop on g7 is covering e5. That can be very handy once d5 is played. Okay, let's go bishop e6. Maybe I can simply snag the a2 pawn. And that probably is not going to happen, but kind of tempting. Huh, he's not covering it. So why am I not able to grab this pawn? Show me. I'm taking this one. I don't believe it's so easy to catch it on a2. Okay, so he has no particular great point. Please go back to e3. Yeah, so there's an idea here by Der Henker, a transitional period of 5 minutes in which people can speak Denglish between the German and the English. So yeah, I always have to do some mental reset that all of a sudden it's going to be English. Yeah, I know that d4 is a good square, so let's head there. Okay, I'm going to this is stupid. Why did I do that? I'm simply giving this bishop on c2 completely. That was silly. That was a very silly decision, giving this bishop some room. Okay, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it was pretty much, yeah, it was not a very well thought out decision. Okay, so at least I'm getting this in, so that now the bishop is looking worse again. Maybe here, yeah. I want to get the bishop, my bishop to e5, queen to g3. That should be brilliant if I get it to work. So let's start with the queen. He has rook f4, but I can simply go to g3 then. Yeah, the funny thing is that the bishop on c6 is a really, really bad piece. Huh. Does he want to sacrifice? Maybe he wants to sacrifice on f5. It's not working, but it's the kind of idea that makes you pause. I just want to take e3, being the greedy person I am. Actually, not that greedy, but if you give me pawns for nothing. Huh. That doesn't work, right? Why is that? Why should this work? There's exactly one check on f5, and then I go to g7. That's it. No check for you, at least no good one. And I'm threatening rook e1. Okay, thanks for the game Moby Chess. I don't have a really high rated challenge. Channing Ford is nowhere to be seen, but I can play against Chessy and he's dangerous. 2600. I have a really good score against him, but yeah, he's going for d4. I don't quite know his repertoire, to be honest. I know that's always a tough game. Schelling says he's tired today and would embarrass himself more than he usually does. I always think the games are very interesting. I mean, it's always fascinating because I tend to get really excellent positions out of the opening, and then Schelling plays really, really great chess and comes back. I mean, it's always interesting. Okay, so what's going on here? I probably want to take here. Sorry. Tough game, tough position. I wonder if a5 is a positional threat here. That's not... Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm preventing it. It might be too slow. Interesting move. Okay, bishop e7, he might take and play rook c1, after which rook c7 is a bit of an issue. And I mean, here I'm not really able to take e5. I mean, I have no development whatsoever, but it's still something that he has to... Yeah, he cannot totally ignore this thing. So I'm just going to complete development. What is considered a good internet speed in Germany? Yeah, we don't have, I mean, our internet speeds are really not so great. I have, what do I have? 100 Mbit downstream and 40 Mbit upstream. That's my connection. I could get something quicker, but I don't really need it, I think. I could get 250, I think, but I don't really have any use for that. The days of I don't know, downloading stuff on the internet on questionable platforms is really over, where you need the speed. Yeah, I hope. Yeah, he's right. Knight c6 is a bit of an issue. I mean, a4 hangs, but it's still a rather important pawn, so I'm taking it. And this is a good square. Very good square. Okay. Knight e2 wins an exchange, right? He wants to go to d4, that's the thing. Let's keep this. And rook c8 now for the pin. Pin and win. That could be true here. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, thanks for the game. Chessy, something, what was odd there? Giving me a4, I guess. So, a tough game, still. Oops. Okay, so who else is on? Is there anybody on I have never played? That is something to check. Limux? Probably not. Dresista Felis, I tried to play before, but it didn't work. So let's try again. And now he is, oops, no, not the c-pawn. Here you can play funky stuff. f6, knight h6 against bishop h6. Bishop d2, however, is supposed to be good for white. I recently heard. But this is kind of okay. Let's try to play aggressive here. Yeah, I think the German internet is very much, it is very it's a mixed bag. Yeah, and so some areas are quite fine and some areas are atrocious. Usually, I mean, my area is kind of okay. You actually have some choice of reasonably quick providers. They all suck in terms of customer service and so on, but at least the speeds are usually okay. I had cable internet before, but that was at least here after my move in 3 years ago. It wasn't very stable, and I switched to phone-based, like Deutsche Telekom. Yeah, everybody hates them, but well, I mean, if you watch these shows, I haven't had any connection issues for a long time, so it is rather stable. Okay, he wants to go e4 here. That is definitely a good idea. Okay, well, move this away so that I'm not in a tempo. Yeah, still, yeah, some things are still weird with those telecommunication companies. Yeah, after switching to the Deutsche Telekom, I had the weirdest issue ever with my phone landline. That was really strange because it was working okay. It was actually possible for me to call everybody, as it should be, but for some absolutely unclear reason, and they never managed to clarify what happened, my mother was not able to call me. She was the only one not able to call me, and it was very irritating, and they couldn't find why. Yeah, like everybody else had no problem, but she couldn't reach me at all. It was quite funny. H6 without any comment. Cool. Yeah, I didn't want to blunder the H7 pawn. Yeah. Yeah, and after I called their customer service like 5 times, they somehow fixed this issue, but I still to that day don't know why it happened. I mean, it's extremely weird. Everybody can call you, just one particular line is not able to call you. Well, what kind of a problem is that? It's really odd. Okay, let's roll those pawns forward. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Okay. Okay, he does not want to put the queen onto b1, which is understandable. Okay. Here. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Knight b3 check and knight c4. Those two threats are difficult to cover. I can pre-move knight takes d2. Okay, thanks for the game. Impossible. Aie dresista feliz. I was probably wrong. Wrong pronunciation. So, sorry, I'm pro is challenging. But here, nope, nah, I'm not even trying this. Butrele or something. I cannot even click correctly. Now it worked. Yeah, come on, time for a not so risky pre-move with g6. Okay. He's really not doing anything aggressive here with c3. But okay, it's solid. trying to put some pressure here on his pawns. Yeah, not so. I mean, white. Yeah, this is not a bad move. I was just thinking. Fuchsia is completely right. She says she never has seen me playing the Grunfeld. Don't I like it? Yeah, you know, the Grunfeld is the only mainstream opening, I think, that I have never played ever. I mean, I think absolutely never. Not because I don't like it, simply because I always felt that yeah, what is the right word there? I'm looking for a word. I mean, the effort you need to the time you need to invest to get it to a level that I could actually dare to play it. I always felt it's not, I don't have that time simply. It's not the opening that you can easily play against decent opposition, just like look at something and just go for it. I always felt people would simply checkmate me or or put me into problems. I actually think that it is a very good opening, and this is one of the things that I have on my list of things, like subjects that I might at some point will write about. The Grunfeld is definitely on that list because it's something where I have some ideas there. I have some idea how it works from the white side, but from the black side, and there is nothing really released on the Grunfeld that is usable by club players, simply. And I'm not really sure that the opening is not suited to club play. I mean, I think it's quite active and so on. But I mean, there is stuff like Swiddler's series is obviously the gold standard, but it is how many hours? Like 20 or something? I have no clue. I've watched a bit of it. It's enormous. And then you have the two books by Avruk. It's also an enormous, I mean, just so much things to check. And it would be interesting. It would be interesting to maybe get the Grunfeld to or let's say analyze and present it for lower level players, for club players, something like that. I'm not sure if this is possible, but I think it would be interesting. It's something that is part of my my list of possible projects. Okay, that is a big pawn. I'm going to take it. I don't think that the Grunfeld is much about understanding principles. I always say that the Grunfeld is the best opening for people who have no clue about chess strategy, because there is no strategy. But it is just it has many different lines that are all tactically complicated. There are many lines where you need to find strings of only moves, or where you have to know very specifically what to do. And I feel it's difficult to work it out over the board in some lines. I looked at some of Swiddler's series, and mostly I checked lines that I was interested in from the white side, and there are some lines where black needs to know so many moves, so many move order details. I don't really think that people can most of the time are able to simply remember that. At least I feel I have problems, or I would have problems, and I have a pretty decent memory for opening lines. It's not that the Grunfeld has no strategy, it's just that if it gets strategic, let's say, it's usually already good for black. Yeah, because from the strategic point of view, black's position often makes a lot of sense. I mean, what black is playing is essentially, I have a problem there with my eyesight. I wanted to play an irregular move. B5, maybe that was better, yeah. It doesn't matter all that much. If white plays something lame, you're fine anyway in the Grunfeld. That's a really nice touch. Lame lines with, I don't know, whatever, E3 or something non-critical. I know that's very lame, but if I trade queens, I'm winning automatically. You cannot move the pawns at all. Okay, thanks for the game, Boat Relay. That was not right. Okay, word 20. Doppelangriff. Funny, it's a funny name, right? Ah, that's here, forestry. Yeah, that's a new opponent. Let's go. Hey ho, let's go. Going for a bit more d4. Yeah, I can probably play the Grunfeld up to a somewhat decent level, but the problem is it's an opening where white has a huge range of lines, and if I play that on a somewhat higher level, yeah, let's say in my league games, for example, then I simply fear that people would prepare one of the lines where I need to know specific things, and then yeah, then I'm in trouble. So I rather, wow, G5. I don't mind to get these traded. Yeah, that's true. I should not fall asleep. What does forestry mean, actually? Yeah, I'm not really minding to give up c5 if I get to f5. Knight to f5. Knife to f5. c5 is not such an important pawn, while f5 is a very important square. Yeah, Forstwirtschaft. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. it just feels kind of wacky. This is why knight is strong on f5, amongst others. Yeah, that's true. What Kroski is saying, I think that's possible. That players can play a certain position type to a certain strength, and yeah, can be better or worse in certain positions. Definitely, yeah, that's definitely the case. And it also is it depends on the. There are certain things. For example, sometimes there are players who play, especially with the white pieces, play very safe chess. And for example, in league chess, you can easily give them higher boards, where you say, okay, this guy is going to play, let's say there are 9 games, he's going to play maybe 7 draws and loses 2. Okay, that doesn't sound great, but it can be good on a top board if other guys are better at winning against somewhat lower level players. And you have to find a good mix there. And there are those phenomenons that you have to be aware. Also, black-white can be interesting. Some players have some particular strength with a certain color. This is something that is oftentimes a particular topic in league chess in the Netherlands, where you can completely mix the teams. You can change the lineup every single game, every single match, and that means that you can, theoretically speaking, play with the same color for a whole year, for the whole season. So there are specialists with a certain color. Yeah, knight d4, yeah, possible. I wanted to speed up, and he might hit this. Yeah, knight d4. Yeah, you're right. He's defending this quite well. I'm still maybe a little bit better there with the knight on c5, but it's not a big deal. Yeah. Yeah. I cannot even take on b7. That is also not so great. Okay, I have to do something. Yeah, well played here by black. Yeah, you have all kinds of things also related to color. For example, I very rarely lose with white. I mean, you should. I mean, like in general, you should lose with white all that often, but I tend to almost never lose with white. For example, I'm playing for my current club now for 10 years. Going back to it, like I started in this club, left it, and then I returned 10 years ago. And what the heck, I can just take that. In 10 years of league chess, I haven't lost a single game with white. Not one. And it's more than 100 games, yeah, with all kinds of cup games and whatever. Always think it's difficult to lose with white if you have a good repertoire. But it depends, of course, on what you play. I mean, the lines that you play. Okay. So rook c5 is maybe a possibility at some point. I can take and just win the ending. Come on, let's do that. It is not the best objectively, but it is probably relatively easy to play. No. It's even a bit easier. Okay, so let's go. Who else is on? I don't think there's anybody on that I have never played before. I'm reasonably certain. Yeah. Yeah, let's go Doppelangriff. I always like that. Like those kind of names. So I can actually, nah, let's not do that. I could go e4 for French, but let's see what kind of. Oh yeah, he's got the what is it called? Stonewall. He's got the Stonewall. Stonewall going. I can play many lines against it. The Stonewall is not so bad, actually. I think it's a slightly underestimated opening. I think the Stonewall would be played more often if it wasn't for move order problems. What I mean is that d4, f5, white has a couple of annoying sidelines, and d4, e6, there's always the issue of the French defense. I mean, it's not like the Stonewall is the best opening ever, but it's not so bad. Okay. I mean, in this particular game, I mean, black would probably don't mind to play f7, f5 to f7 back, but it's not so bad at all. Yeah, black is kind of okay here. I don't really see anything great that I can do here. Bishop c6, maybe queen a3 is a slight. I can actually take a7 after bishop c6. Rook a8, queen c7 is possible. Okay, yeah, that means he has to worry about that pawn a little bit at least. Yeah, it's not too bad here. He can play rook c7 maybe, something like that. Oh, that's a tough decision. A bit unsure, but it's an interesting try. Yeah, rook e1, f4 coming. Just trying to put pressure in the center. Maybe he can take on d4 and is kind of okay. This is definitely possible. Interesting. Interesting. f4, you might have e4. Okay. And now, how do we play that? Is there f4, there is e4, which is kind of okay for him, maybe. The bishop coming to c4 would be nice, but b4 is hanging. That's very lame, I know, but let's see if he has anything great available. I don't see it currently. My idea is to play bishop b5 or a6. Bishop b5 was the main idea. That's a really awkward pin. Maybe queen takes even. Queen takes maybe. Queen c7. It's pretty awkward. Okay. Maybe that was a good decision. Simply giving this up, but I mean it's not fun. Knight f6 maybe for knight for pawn to e4, some sort of trickery. No, I covered that. Okay, thanks for the game. Double attack is the translation, just in case you wonder. Okie dokie. So what? TDL has challenged me. And Kikos fan. Okay, let's go with the Kikos fan first. I know that TDL is challenging to maybe stop my my winning streak, but maybe Kikos fan is able to do that as well. And TDL's connection is not so great. So what is the Kikos fan up to? Nothing. Up to nothing currently. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. Doesn't look like he's at the desk, so yeah, we can always challenge again. I tried to accept the drunken lawyer, but I accepted Palapiti instead. It doesn't matter. It's still a good game. Let's get going. Yeah, I'm going to take your challenge, TDL. Next, I basically, there was a misclick in this game, but I don't mind. It's a premium, and I only played him twice before, but he's not actually playing, which is a bit of a shame because it was a fairly new challenge. No moves. I hope my connection is fine and it's not something on my end. Oh, Schelling is challenging me, so let's see what he's up to. 3000 rating. Okay. Okay. Oh, he's going for a funky form of exchange variation. Why is that possible, Schelling? Tell me. Yeah, I laugh because I mean I'm kind of I'm kind of on the record that my score with the French is terrible, and he went for it. So taking this opportunity. Yeah, but I'm up the d4 pawn, right? For not much. Is there any sort of compensation? Oh, come on, let's stick with my keep it simple motto. Let's play quick moves and hope for the best. I don't mind that all that much. Get the knight to e4. The queen has no good square here. If I take, he has knight knight to f5 maybe. It's a little bit annoying. It is a bit annoying. Knight d4, okay. Okay, I don't mind if he captures and then I can take with the knight. So is he threatening anything else? Not so much. I can actually try to play for this. Okay. Not certain if d4 is a good move in this position. Might be. Yeah, why not actually? Yeah, I was intending b5, but it's not that great. Now that I see it again, I rather try to play c5 here. And maybe he goes c5 himself. Ouch. He had c5. Which was a bit of an annoyance. I didn't do that right. I didn't do that right. Yeah, I still think I should do that before he goes c5. Yeah, I misplayed that. I misplayed it. What I wonder is what he's thinking here about. Okay, now then this is pawn on d4. I would love to keep it, but I don't quite know how. Maybe just going back? No, that cannot be right. If I take it, rook d8, he's got bishop b6. That's not good. Yeah, not. That is not so great, really. It's not so great. Maybe here. Still has rook d1. Not too great. I misplayed it, and I think he defended this quite well. Okay, I need to get to c5, get this to move. If possible. It's not so easy. Oh man, what a badly played game by me. He gave me the game on a silver plate and I didn't take it. Absolutely not take it. Maybe I'm still okay, but I've got time problems and it is not totally certain that I'm okay, really not. That I don't get, okay. Okay. I'm going to offer him a draw. He can win on time if he likes, but it's one of the more silly time wins. Ah, okay. He can take this. Oh, that's silly. Nah, okay, he would have won on time anyway. Okay, yeah. Nah, a really bad technical play by me. I wonder what was wrong, technically speaking. Maybe I shouldn't go d4 or something. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm never losing this game without the time thing, but I'm not totally sure. Maybe I can just take on c4 or something. It's tough to say. I mean, you can simply take on c4 and you're kind of better, but are you winning? Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, something like this is just eternally better for black, but are you winning this? I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyway, so good game shelling. That was a tough one. first loss of today, right? I think I only played draws before. So there's a challenge here by Air. What is the screen doing? RCPLP. Okay. Speak of the devil. The friggin' Grunfeld. Okay, after I have lost this game so silly, such a silly way, I might as well go h4. Okay, I'm just going to play quick moves and hope for the best. A strategy that works quite often against me. Maybe this is not that good here. I just realized that after taking on a1, yeah, which was stronger, I think queen takes, he had knight d4. And this looks, it also looks kind of bad for me. This wasn't a very sound way of battling the Grunfeld, to put it mildly. I mean, h4 is not that, it's not such a bad line, but the way I played it was certainly not very promising. Yeah, I mean, I'm clearly worse anyway. Might as well do something like this. Yeah, what a terrible opening I played there. Okay. So at least there will be some dynamic ideas going on. I have knight e4 to f6. Oh, I didn't see the challenge by TDL. Oh, it is on there. Yeah, sorry. No, I didn't. I wasn't quite seeing it. Okay, so my idea here is knight e4 to f6. At least this is an idea. Shut the heck up. What the heck is that? Windows Defender? Why are you popping up in the middle of a hugely important chess game? So I can take on c5. I mean, not that it helps all that much. I can take f6. Yeah, not a bad move. Knight f5. He's looking at all kinds of critical squares, and queen takes e4 can also be an issue if I castle, for example. Yeah, definitely he has a point down. Okay. Yeah, objectively speaking, I'm just lost here. But okay, maybe there are still some chances. Like queen f2, and I don't really get to his king is the thing. Don't really get there. I'm not certain what this move is doing, but it's probably not hurting him much. Oh, that is true. That's true. Okay, but it's not. I mean, okay, he's winning there, objectively speaking, but still has to do this. The rook coming to d7. I have at least some threats. Okay, I think he just believes it's totally over and he can do anything. That's maybe true, but okay, so e6 is not a threat, he says. That's definitely, that's right. Okay. Ah, okay, he wants to play rook d4 check. Now I understand. It's a bit late to do that, but okay, no rook d4 check, please. And now you can check on d3. I don't mind that. I mean, I'm just waiting for any knight e8, d6, e6 stuff. Okay. He wants to put it onto e6. Huh. Yeah, that's a point. Yeah, I don't really have anything great against this idea. Yeah, okay. e6 is a bit of a threat. It's not. Oh wow. Is it that? We can just allow that. King f6, or what's the point? I don't think I could have just mated him. Okay, so e7 doesn't do it. I can take here, right? I know I can run all the way to f6. That's going to be dangerous, buddy. Wow, he just gifts me this move. This is funny. Now that he didn't play well. Now it was not a very deserved win, but I don't know. I think he could have made his life much easier at some points, giving me a bit much activity. Of course, it was lost for a very long time, but still, don't give the other guy so much activity. Okay, So there was where is the challenge there? There was a challenge here by Kickers Fan. Where is that? I don't see it. I think it was withdrawn. Okay, I'm going to... Let's try if TDL has a decent connection. If it's too awful, I can still make a draw or something. Oh, e5. That's a very aggressive play. Maybe. The danger of such an approach is always that the f5 square could be a long-term issue. Let's see how this works out. Wow, okay, but that is a really questionable pawn structure. Maybe it doesn't matter all that much. The bishop pair compensates for a lot in many cases, but I have my doubts here. I think you should maybe consider c5, preventing knight d4. It's certainly not the only move, but it's a decent one. I might have knight h4, but that is a very decentralizing idea. Yeah, okay. Let's see what he's doing. Not entirely clear to me what is best there. Against the c5, I can put a rook on the d file, maybe castle long even. Okay, so maybe he wants to put the king to f6. That's the point? No, he takes that. How do I take here? Okay, this way. Maybe he had f4. That was an option. Okay, so I would definitely like to not... I should have played f3 maybe. Okay, the minority attack is still possible. And that looks nice now. The bishop on g6 is not a good piece. Yeah, I think c5 instead of knight c6, that was definitely an option. I also was surprised that he played it. Oh, wow. Yeah, maybe you're not going to be able to break this down, but it's still not a very positive experience playing this with black. How do we go about this? I wonder... Okay, I need the rooks on this side of the board. It's the first step, because that is where the position will open up. I could go with the king to f4. Is an option, but I'm not certain if I ever have if that really nets me much, because he has rook f6, and then any g4 is not really helping. I probably have to play some g4. Probably f4 and then g4, yeah? That is the way to do it. Maybe he's got h5 then. Yeah. Now the king march is a little bit more interesting, because h5 is maybe something that I can take. King to f6. Okay. It's difficult to get anything there. I wonder how to potentially improve this position. And there is really no clear idea. I think I need to get the king away. I cannot do without f3 probably. Yeah, of course, you can play fast and try to win on time. That is an option, but I try to somehow show that there are ideas, and there are some ideas. Okay, now g4 maybe. Maybe actually without trading the thing. Okay, let's do something. I don't want to sit there all day and just try to flag him, which probably would work. Of course, you can argue that trading those pawns cannot be that beneficial. That is not entirely untrue. It's not really threatening much. Okay. And that's a little something now. Rook a8 and the a6 pawn. Now that is now a real advantage. Can you play for mate here somewhere? With f4, something with f4. I don't see a mate. That's weird. It's really weird. It looks like there should be something. I don't see anything. Okay. was odd. I really thought there should be some checkmate, but there wasn't. At least I didn't see anything. Okay, so I won on time, but I think the position is also winning. Yeah, maybe there's a suggestion in the chat, but I'm not sure that this was made. Anyway, thanks for the game, TDL. At least the connection did hold. Okay, I got a challenge now here by Kickers Fan. Now I see it. So let's see if we get this game on the road. It's a 3-minute game. Yeah, this is a somewhat uncommon line, but it's not so bad. One point is to not play the bishop to g2 early on, so that queen a6 can be answered with e4. Oh, this connection is... okay, now he's back. Maybe e4 was a bit premature, but it's a 3-minute game, and I want to be quick. Probably I shouldn't have taken on d5 that quickly. Okay, now that I like. That I like. It's not going to be much fun for black, this position. He wants to go g5, huh? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I have to move this. No, I didn't have time. Taco Tactics asked about a recent book review video that I posted on my channel. I didn't have time to check out those books in any detail. I was starting now with my own writing, and I need to get some progress in with my own project. Okay. If he goes e5, takes bishop, takes rook e1, that's a bit of an ugly pin. It's not something that I think he can stand. Okay. I thought this is an issue. g4 now is the threat. Ah, he's got check. It's a friggin' check. Ah, Mensch. Sorry for the German. He's got a check on h3. Yeah, that is silly. Huh. That's a bit silly. Oh, time. Rook e5 is not a good move, but I was a little bit taken aback by the fact that I'm down on the clock, and it's a little bit probably should have checked him there. Oh, that's yeah, you can win on time. I'm just not quick enough on that platform. Yeah, okay, I'm just not quick enough. That's a sad truth about three minute chess. You can oftentimes simply not play to a decent end. Okay, so I can probably, can we go for one more game? And just like 4 minutes left. Yeah, I can go for a 3-minute game, deeper CT, why not? Yeah, it's a bit sad if you're a queen up and you cannot win. I don't know. Okay, deeper CT. I'm going to be quick there. Yeah, probably after some c4 we will transpose into an English opening like this. Wow, that looks very weakening. Yeah, I'm not unhappy to trade. I mean, I'm a pawn up for basically nothing, and especially the dark squares are going to be a problem here for black. Bishop a3 check is a big problem. Bishops are strong, really strong. Sometimes stronger than rooks. Yeah, that was a bit of a disaster. Yeah. A move like e5, you simply cannot repair such a move. Maybe with bishop e6 it was still playable. That actually was a silly move. Didn't quite notice that he can take with the knight at the end. I mean, I'm up so much material that it doesn't matter, but That was a bit too quickly played. Yeah, and Deeper CT resigns. So that game was actually really quick. Anybody out for killing me in a bullet game? Yeah, I'm so slow. I probably will get my butt kicked. But maybe one more bullet game. Anybody around for 1 minute chess? One quick game is possible. Gamer TV is the first one to challenge me, so let's get rolling. Just playing for castling on the first 4 moves is not a bad choice. At least those moves you can play quite quickly. Oops. Yeah. Let's go for it. Maybe I can manage a quick knockout. It's not too bad if you got no time. Going for mate. Oh no, those 2 queen moves are pretty much over. There is no way to mate him here, right? Oh, that's the queen. Yeah, okay, so that was the final game for this session. Thanks for the game, Gamer TV. So I'll be back next week, just next Wednesday, the same times as usual, so 9 in the evening for the English show and 90 minutes earlier for the German one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back next week. Bye bye.